In this video, we're going to be talking about how to maximize your physical reaction time while using your mouse by up to 4.7%. When shopping for a new mouse, there's a lot of competition to choose from. After searching gaming mouse on Amazon, the listings advertise terms such as 25,000 DPI, bestseller, RGB lighting. These are all nice things to have, including macro keys and added weights, but very few gaming mice advertise what we're looking for. Polling rate. An easy definition of polling rate is the number of times your mouse reports its location on your monitor per second. We can measure this in hertz. Here's a chart detailing the most common polling rates and the delay you would see as a result. With this information in mind, let's go shopping. Here we have the Logitech M90, currently on sale for $12.50, a polling rate of 125 Hz, and 1000 DPI. This is a classic bare bones mouse, but can its low refresh rate of 125 Hz compete? We're going to compare it to two other mice. The Logitech G502 Hero is presently the best-selling mouse on Amazon. For $60, you'll get 25,600 DPI and a polling rate of 1000 Hz. 8 times the polling rate for 5 times the price as our previous model. Lastly, we have the Razer Viper 8K. In low stock, presently it can only be bought directly from the manufacturer. For $100, you get a polling rate of 8000 Hz and 20,000 DPI. Looking back, how do we know there's an 8 millisecond delay for a 125 Hz mouse? Polling rate is measured per second, with 1000 milliseconds being in 1 second. Therefore, to find the delay, we take 1 second and divide it by the polling rate. As we can see in our chart, our most expensive mouse yields a maximum of 7.875 milliseconds in time savings. But how much effect could 7.8 milliseconds possibly have? In order to answer that question, we need to look at the most important piece of hardware: you. Thanks to Ersin and others, we have a scientific journal we can reference to. In this study, 53 male participants who all played video games were separated into 2 groups. The key difference between these groups is the amount of time playing video games per week. Group 1 had a total of 28 participants who played video games more than 14 hours per week. Group 2 had 25 participants who played less than 14 hours of video games per week. The 53 participants were also all between the ages of 19 and 27. Out of the 53 participants, only 1 played StarCraft. The study consisted of 3 tests on visual reaction time, auditory reaction time, and aim reaction time, conducted on humanbenchmark.com. Looking at the final results of Ersin and others, it is very interesting to see the averages of gamers who played more than 14 hours of video games per week had an 18.5% faster visual reaction time and 24% faster aim reaction time than those who played less than 14 hours per week. However, as this is statistics, this is not proven. It is just statistically significant. The tests are available online for free, and I'll put it in the link below. While the study we looked at used time per week playing video games as the independent variable, I'll be using polling rate. We want to know, will the amount of hertz applied have an effect on average reaction time? I'll be completing both tests 10 times each with a polling rate of 125 Hz and 1000 Hz. If you want to watch the full version, it'll be at the end of the video. I'm sure all of you out there can beat my scores. Looking at my average time between the 10 attempts I made, we can see that my reaction time is 2.15% faster on average using 1000 Hz rather than 125. My average aim reaction time was also 3.77% faster. Looking back at our shopping trip, I'd say your best bet is to get a mouse with 1000 Hz if you can afford it. Gaming at 125 Hz is not going to give you any benefits. As for mice that are 8000 Hz, I reached out to Blizzard support, and they stated that the Blizzard servers support a maximum of 1000 Hz. I'd recommend not getting such a mouse, as you may experience lag. Also, you may have a mouse capable of 1000 Hz, but it might be set to 125. Some mice have a dedicated switch on the bottom, and with others, you can use software such as Razer Synapse or Logitech options. I highly recommend checking, as your mouse may still be set to the default settings. In conclusion, we've seen that there is a high likelihood that you will see a performance boost by ensuring your mouse is set to 1000 Hz and by playing video games 14 hours or more per week. Ersin and others' study and our observations also share an effect. As seen in this chart, the more someone plays video games, the more benefits on average they should realize by gaming at 1000 Hz. Thank you for watching, and a quick shout out to penguinmusic for the background music, and another shout out to Ersin and others for the scientific journal. Those of you still sticking around, I'm shocked you want to watch this, but here it is.